तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
हे जगत पिता भगवान हमें दो ज्ञान, तो ईश्वर प्यारा दुनिया में एक सहारा। हे जगत पिता भगवान हमें दो ज्ञान, तो ईश्वर प्यारा दुनिया में एक सहारा। बचपन में होशन आया है, जीवन में पाप कमाया है। बचपन में होशन आया है, जीवन में पाप कमाया है। अब जाओ कहाँ विषयों ने मुझको मारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। हे जगत पिता भगवान हमें दो ज्ञान, तो ईश्वर प्यारा दुनिया में एक सहारा। पिता भगवान हमें दो ज्ञान, तू ईश्वर प्यारा दुनिया में एक सहारा। मझधार में है बेरा मेरा, कृपा कर आश्रय है तेरा। मझधार में है बेरा मेरा, कृपा कर आश्रय है तेरा। नंदलाल पाप में बेटा जीवन सारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। हे जगत पिता भगवान हमें दो ज्ञान, तू ईश्वर प्यारा दुनिया में एक सहारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण। है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे, तू सारा जीवन। ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे। ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, 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 अब चल कर ले मिलन।
त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ 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 त्र्यंबकं यजामहे त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ 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 देवादिवन्दित महागणपतिम् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्.
Namaste to one and all. Today we are all gathered here to witness the last rites or Antyeshti Sanskar of Mr. Harnarine Seeram Singh. And this will be performed according to Vedic rites. On behalf of the family, I welcome you all and thank you for your presence and moral support. At this time, I will read the Sankalp. Om Tat Sat Shri Brahmano Dvitiya Praharardhe Vaivasvata Manvantare Ashtavinshati Tame Kali Yuge Kali Prathama Charane Pingala Nama Samvatsare Ashwina Mase Krishna Pakshe Shanivardine Dwadashi Tithau Ashlesha Nakshatra Siddha Yoge Kaulav Karne Shubha Lagane Shubha Mahurte 14 St. John Trace Avocat Grami Trinidad Deshe Ayam Antyeshti Sanskar Parabriyate. With the thought of Om in the second quarter of the day of Brahma, in this Vaivasvata Manvantara, in this 28th Kali Yuga, in the first quarter of this present Kali Yuga, in the year 2024, in the month of September, in the dark fortnight, on Saturday 28th, Ashlesha constellation, Kaulav Karane Siddha Yogi, in the village of Avocat, 14 St. John's Trace in the country of Trinidad, at this auspicious time, 8:45 a.m., this Antyeshti Sanskar is held. My deepest condolences go out to the family members, especially Risha and Vimy, for the great loss of their dad. It was about 3 months since the passing of their mom, and earlier this year, a very dear aunt. It is indeed a very difficult and trying time for them. No advice that we may give can take away the pain being experienced, but with God there is always a way. I recently read the following: when problems come into your life like a non-stop rain, remember that God will always be your umbrella. Keep faith that God will take you through this difficult time. We'll now chant the Gayatri Mantra 5 times as we pray for the departed soul to move on peacefully on its journey. Let us all pray. Om Bhur Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhur Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhur Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhur Swaha तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. Harnarine was a strong devotee of God and never missed performance of Havan and singing of bhajans. One of his favorite being Tu Hai Sacha Pita, which will be sung now. You, the beloved Om, are the true Father of the whole world. You indeed are our protector. तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का ओम प्यारा, तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का ओम प्यारा, तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. चांद सूरज सितारे बनाए, पृथ्वी आकाश पर्वत सजाए. चांद सूरज सितारे बनाए, पृथ्वी आकाश पर्वत सजाए. अंत पाया नहीं तेरा पाया नहीं परवारा, तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का ओम प्यारा, तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. पक्षीगण राग सुंदर है गाते, जीव जंतु भी सिर है झुकाते. पक्षीगण राग सुंदर है गाते, जीव जंतु भी सिर है झुकाते. उसको ही सुख मिला तेरी राह पर चला जो प्यारा. तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का ओम प्यारा, तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. पाप पाखंड हमसे छुड़ाओ, वेद मार्ग पर हमको चलाओ. पाप पाखंड हमसे छुड़ाओ, वेद मार्ग पर हमको चलाओ. लगे भक्ति में मन करे संध्या हवन जगत सारा. तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का ओम प्यारा, तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. अपनी भक्ति मेरे मन लगाना, कष्ट नंदलाल के सब मिटाना. अपनी भक्ति मेरे मन लगाना, कष्ट नंदलाल के सब मिटाना. दुखिया कंगालों का और धन वालों का तू सहारा. तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का ओम प्यारा. तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. Let us all now join in chanting of Om 3 times, followed by the opening prayer. Shanu Mitra Shan Varuna Shanu Bhavadvaryama Shanna Indru Brihaspati Shanu Vishnu Rurukrama Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Varisyami Ritam Varisyami Satyam Varisyami Tadamam Avatu Tadvaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May you, O Supreme Being, friend of all, the holiest of all, and controller of the universe, be merciful unto us. May you, O Almighty One, Lord of the universe and support of all, endow us with knowledge and power. May you, O omnipresent and omnipotent Being, shower your blessings all around us. We bow unto you, O most powerful and supreme Being. You alone are the omniscient one, whom we feel within our hearts. We will call you and you alone the true one. Your will is truly revealed in the Vedas. Will we obey and preach? We will be truthful in word, deed, and thought. You are our shelter. May you protect us who study and contemplate your nature, who speak only the truth, so that our understanding may be firm in your will and never turn away from it. Your will is truth and righteousness. That which is contrary to your will is untruth and unrighteousness. May you again shelter and protect us, O Lord. Be merciful and grant this our prayer, for which we shall feel ever and ever grateful. Let there be peace in the heavenly regions, in the middle regions, and on earth. I now call on Pandit Dhaniram to lead in chanting of the Ishwar Stuti, meditation of the divine.
Atha Ishwar Stuti. O radiant divinity, cause of all manifestations in the universe, remove all evils from us and endow us with all that is noble. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yadbhadrantana Asuva. Om Hiranyagarbha Samavartatagre Utasya Jata Patireka Asit Sadadhara Prithivim Dyamute Mam Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. Om Ya Atmada Baladayasya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Deva Yasya Chayamritam Yasya Mrityu Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. Om Ya Pranato Nimishato Mahetvaika Idraja Jagato Babhuva Yaishe Asya Dvipadas Chatushpada Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. Om Yena Dhyarugra Prithivi Chadridha Yena Swahastabhitam Yena Naka Yo Antarikshe Rajaso Vimana Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. Om Prajapati Natvadetanyanyo Vishwajatani Parita Babhuva Yat Kamaste Juhumastano Astu Vayam Syama Patayoraina. Om Sano Bandhur Janita Savidhata Dhamani Veda Bhuvanani Vishwa Yatra Deva अमृतमानशानास् तृतीये धामनध्यैरयञ्च ॐ अग्ने नय सुपथा राय अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि वेद्वान् यो योऽध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नमौक्तिं विधेम. O self-effulgent being, all holy and know of all things, lead us through the path of goodness to prosperity and knowledge, and keep us away from evil deeds. To achieve this end, may we always contemplate your divine nature and be always happy. Iti Ishwar Stuti Prarthna Upasana.
Another favorite bhajan of Harnarine was Do Ghari Bhagavan Kali, Naam Tu, which will be sung now. O man, take some time off your busy daily schedule and chant the name of the Lord for some moments. Do Ghari Bhagavan Kali, Naam Tu, छोड़ कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू. दो घड़ी भगवान काले नाम तू, छोड़ कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू. दो घड़ी का नाम रंग भी लाएगा, दो घड़ी का नाम रंग भी लाएगा. देश में थोड़ा सुबह और शाम तू. दो घड़ी भगवान काले नाम तू, छोड़ कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू. शीशे दिल साफ करा संजमा, शीशे दिल साफ करा संजमा. मन की चंचलता को प्यारे थाम तू. दो घड़ी भगवान काले नाम तू, छोड़ कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू. त्याग कर आलस को जा सर संग में, त्याग कर आलस को जा सर संग में. प्रेम रस का ऐ भगत पी जाम तू. दो घड़ी भगवान काले नाम तू, छोड़ कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू. देश तेरे काम की ये बात है, देश तेरे काम की ये बात है. पाएगा दुनिया में फिर राम तू. दो घड़ी भगवान काले नाम तू, छोड़ कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू. छोड़ कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू. छोड़ कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू. We'll now have the eulogy, which will be read by Harnarine's grandson Aryan Gopal and his daughter Risha Seeram Singh.
like to say, love my favorite Nana. He was the bravest Nana ever. His beautiful songs will always bring me happiness. I love going fun and adventurism. We like to sit and go with our ice cream and watch it was fly by the moon and mountain nights. He taught me many things about the world and read many books to me. I am grateful for his infinite. I love you, Nana.
Thank you, Hari. That was such a beautiful tribute to your Nana. Namaste, everyone. There are no words has been the most common sentiment shared by friends and well-wishers over the past couple of weeks. However, it does not convey the hurt and sadness that those of us who were close to Daddy feel right now. Daddy was many things to many people. He was Harnarine, Har, Dad, Nana, Muna, Harry, Jerry, and Teach. He was proud of Vimy and I and our spouses with all of our accomplishments, both professionally and personally. But he was most proud of his grandson Aryan, who patiently took care of him during his recent vacation in Iowa. We take comfort in knowing that Daddy lived a full life. He was born in 1945, just as World War II came to an end to Ramde and Seeram Singh in Urupooch. He always cherished his childhood, the hardship of planting garden before walking miles to school with a shilling in his pocket. The blessing of his mother, Mama's home-cooked meals, and his bond with his siblings, especially his brother Dipnarine or Dada, as we fondly call him, and Auntie Carlo. Every youth adventure always involved Dada, like when Dada used to go fishing or hunting, or when Dada bought the ambulance to do transport. Then these adventures started to include Uncle Shunoi, Uncle Harold, and Pandit Udhes, like trips to the airport, a matinee in the cinema, a trip to the beach, or concerts. Daddy was known for owning many vehicles, ordering years in advance, and selling for a profit. Like his father, Daddy loved to tell stories. He was a magnet when it came to people, and made people and children feel at ease when they were around him. Each niece and nephew here can share at least one story that Daddy told them on repeat. Then there were the stories from the National Geographic. Daddy had a subscription to National Geographic as geography was his passion. He was also like a walk-in encyclopedia and dictionary, which of course intensified after he discovered YouTube. While this is not a story, it was funny to us, as one of Dad's first jobs was sticking shoes in a shoe factory, a job he was not good at and got fired from. He then worked as a personal driver for the Kirpalani family. After he found out that he passed his exams, Dada took him to register to become a teacher. He was a teacher for over 35 years, both at the Montrose Vedic School and at the Avocat Vedic School, culminating in the vice principalship at Avocat Vedic School prior to his retirement. He led the Thursday Hawan for many years and was known as a sports teacher and cricket coach. For many years, he was a tutor representative and even marched from Curep to Port of Spain alongside the late Bastio Pandey, fighting against unjust conditions. Who knew that both of them would go on to their next life in the same year? Daddy was always doing courses, and it is because of him, Vimy, I, and eventually Ariane developed an always learning mindset. His teaching colleagues here present may remember him facilitating learning circles. Community activist is another term best used to describe Daddy. He was an executive member of the St. John Trace Village Council and oversaw many self-help and improvement projects for this community. The most memorable for us as children was the annual Children's Christmas treat. When this long stint ended, he became an executive member of the Promote Seeram Singh Cancer Fund group and used his knowledge to help Auntie Pearl establish this group. And on this auspicious day of Uncle Prami's passing, who knew that we would also be sending off Daddy? As a devout Vedic Hindu, Daddy also contributed as an executive member of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha, going to meetings on Sundays and even visiting Guyana once with the Arya Virdal group, a trip he thoroughly enjoyed and always talked about. He was also proud when the Avocat APS district group was founded and worked tirelessly along with Mummy and the rest of the executive in seeing the mandir become a reality. Of course, Daddy also enjoyed politics until he became disenchanted. He was the dedicated chairman of the Fyzabad constituency under MP Sharma and really enjoyed policy making, hosting meetings, and giving back to the community as part of that role. He subsequently became a director of the Sports Company of Trinidad and Tobago and took that appointment and role very seriously. Daddy loved his cricket. He was the wicketkeeper batsman for Vijay Sports Club many moons ago, and I would recall the days that he would travel by bus to go to the Oval, and Mom would take us along to pick him up in cross-crossing when the bus dropped him off. We would be so excited to see if he got any autographs for us. Dad's other passion was his plants. He loved orchids, and every Christmas he would sell poinsettias. Most recently, he was very proud of his 2 guava plants, which are doing well in his absence. Daddy was a dedicated husband and stood by Mom's side from day one. Daddy learned to cook after his retirement as Mommy was still working. He would make his dal and rice and curries, but not roti. He was actually looking forward to learning how when we told him how simple it was. He was also a loving and dedicated father, teaching us all he knew, from knowing how to choose the right fruits and vegetables at the market or how to take care of plants. He always stressed about the importance of hard work, taking us for lessons on evenings, to and from UE on a weekly basis, and to the mall whenever we had to go. And as girls, we always had to go to the mall. One of his famous teachings that continues to resonate with us is, what is to be done today, do it now. And what is to be done tomorrow, do it today. Daddy thoroughly enjoyed the last 2.5 months as it was his break away from caregiving. He finally got to see the Grand Canyon and Las Vegas and said he has seen everything. He doesn't need to go anywhere else, not even Switzerland. But who knew that would be his last trip? He was even prepared to come home, knowing it would be a difficult and a big change. And, always being sharply dressed, he bought a whole new wardrobe of clothing and items for the house. He told Rishi and I to fix up a room at our home, as he would be back and forth. And he even told Vimy that as soon as winter was over, that he would be going back to Iowa as he loved it there. As a family, we have tried to put logic behind Dad's sudden departure, but the only thing that makes sense and gives us comfort was that he did not suffer and that Mommy needed him. And they needed each other after 42 years of being together. Please take care of each other and continue to look out for us. We love you. Before I end, I would like to take the opportunity to extend our heartfelt appreciation. They usually say it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village when you experience loss, sadness, and grief. To the emergency first responders of Burlington, Iowa, and the ER team at Southeast Iowa Regional Medical Center in the US, Dr. Nilash and Dr. Harnarine at the Ishtara Center for the over 30 years of medical advice, Pandita Ragbir Singh for a lovely service, and Pandit Dhaniram and Pandit Bahadur for their prayers today. Each of you had a special relationship with Daddy. Jeff and the team at the Peru Funeral Home in Iowa for their persistence and dedication in taking care of Daddy throughout this long journey back home. Seti Richard and the team at Buru's for their support. Ms. Nirmala Mirhu and the staff at Avocat Vedic School. Pandit Chandra Sharma, Dr. Bodo, Roshan and Darren for their support in the repatriation arrangements. Our friends in Burlington, especially the grade 2 of Notre Dame Elementary, Ari's school. All our family and friends who kept up awake over the 5 weeks since Dad's passing. And our entire extended family, in particular Auntie Carlo, Uncle Rudy, Auntie Pearl Kavish, Roshan Rajani Shashma and Naru, for their unwavering support. We could not have handled the last 5 weeks without you. And finally, to everyone who visited, called, messaged, and sent their well wishes, thank you.
Thank you, Risha. After the passing of her dad, Vimy sent me a photo of him with his grandson. He was wearing a jersey and printed on it were the following words: "The best dad gets promoted to grandpa." Harnarine was indeed one of the best dads who got promoted to grandpa. A grandpa who loved his grandson very much and was very proud of him. He also spoke very highly of Risha and Vimy. You both, as you said, made him very proud. His face always lighted up when he spoke of Risha and Vimy. Let the beautiful memories of your dad and mom become your strength as you go through this period of grief. At this time, I'll do a very short pravachan. On the soul and the achievement of peace and happiness. The message from the Upanishad states the following: life is a gift from God, not a punishment. The Mahabharata states that this human life is the most precious thing in the world. It is with God's grace that one gets this beautiful human body. We all surely must have performed great good deeds to have acquired this human body. However, this body of ours is not everlasting. The indweller of the body The Atma or soul is the only permanent entity. The soul was never created, it was never born, and will never die. Birth and death exist only for the body. When the soul is present in the body becomes alive. The body becomes capable of desires, of pain, pleasure, aversion, and knowledge. When the soul departs, the body dies. The embodied soul travels from gross body to gross body until it becomes fully emancipated from all shackles in this world. The soul is a conscious entity that acquires many bodies according to actions performed. The soul is free to perform noble or virtuous actions or ignoble and wicked actions. In his book Satyarth Prakash, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, founder of the Arya Samaj, stated the following: "Let a man always live a virtuous life and do such good deeds as leads to happiness. Let him or her who wants to escape from pain and enjoy happiness abandon sin and practice righteousness, because sin is the cause of pain and suffering, whilst righteousness begets happiness." End of quotation. Our body is gifted to lead an ideal life, to lead a life of purity. Purity leads one to a knowledge of God. It is the observance of purity that has the power to burn the vices of anger, hatred, greed, jealousy, envy, etc. We all have to guard ourselves against these negative qualities that pursue us on a daily basis and deprive us of peace and happiness. They have pervaded our inner sacred self. They have polluted our minds. Whatever be the circumstances that surround our life at this point in time, whatever hardships we may have to bear, let us bear same bravely. Keep on the righteous path while paying off our karmic debt and wipe the slate clean, thereby preparing for ourselves a happy and peaceful future. Animals live and die without change in their original nature. Human beings are different. By practice and discipline, we can bring about positive changes in our lives. We are the driver of our own life, and only we can pilot our way through life, choosing our own path. There are many paths, but there is only one that will lead us back to God, to peace and to happiness, and that is the spiritual path. When we follow the spiritual path, we draw ourselves close to God. Devotion to God is a great tool used to alleviate the pain and suffering felt due to the loss of a loved one. Devotion to God is the only long-lasting wealth that will keep us happy and peaceful in life. Life is a yajna. Each little act is an offering to God. If the day is spent in deeds performed in this spirit, we experience peace. As care is taken to pluck only fresh flowers and keep them clean and unfaded, so too, ceaseless efforts should be made to do deeds that are pure. Ceaseless efforts must be made to develop deep devotion to God. And I will end with this mantra from the Samved. Om Agne Vivasva Dusha Saschitra Radhi Imartya Adashushe Jatavedo Vaha Tva Madhya Devam Ushar Buddha. And it says, O immortal, omnipresent, and omniscient God, grant unto us today and every day the wealth of enlightenment. Bring to thy devotees divine virtues created by spiritual wisdom. Mayest thou, O God, dispel gloom of ignorance by appearing in our hearts, just as darkness of night recedes at the advent of dawn. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And I'd like to read another something that I got on WhatsApp. And it says, every minute someone leaves this world behind. We are all in the line without knowing it. We never know how many people are before us. So while we wait in line, make moments count, make priorities, make the time, make your gifts known, make a nobody feel like a somebody, make your voice heard, make the small things big, make someone smile. Through his favorite bhajans that was sung today and the next one that we will sing just now, Harnarine has indeed left a message for all of us. And the message is as follows. God is the true Father of the universe. He is the only one to protect us. Take some time off your busy daily schedule and chant the name of the Lord for some moments. A few moments of meditation on God's name will bring fundamental changes in your life. It will provide you strength to sustain yourself during the day, filled with problems and disappointments. Let us all try to live wherein the stream of love flows and the clouds of happiness hover above us. May the holy ritual fire be kindled with the chanting of holy Vedic verses, spreading fragrance. May children be held in warm embrace. May there be no ill will and anger amongst us. If he has to speak today, if he were to appear at this moment, this is a message, this is one of the messages that he would have given to you. And this is a message through the bhajans that we have already sung, and we will be doing the next bhajan, Eka Aisa Desh, another one of his favorite bhajans. So I'll call upon Pandit Ram and Pandit Prasad to join.
ऐसा देश बसाई जहाँ प्रेम की बहे सुरसरी आनंद की हो घटाई एक ऐसा देश बसाई जहाँ प्रेम की बहे सुरसरी आनंद की हो घटाई सुख संपत्ति की वर्षा होने त्याग चले हवाई सुख संपत्ति की वर्षा होने त्याग चले हवाई घर घर में हो हवन सुगंधित वेदों की हो ऋचाई वेदों की हो ऋचाई एक ऐसा देश बसाई जहाँ प्रेम की बहे सुरसरी आनंद की हो घटाई आंगन आंगन बालक खेले, घर घर में हो गाए। आंगन आंगन बालक खेले, घर घर में हो गाए। परस्पर सारे मिलकर बैठे, ईश ईश मिटाई, ईश द्वेष मिटाई। एक ऐसा देश बसाई, जहाँ प्रेम की बहे सुरसरी,
आनंद की हो घटाए।
वेदामृत को पी कर विचरे, कदम वृक्ष की छाई। वेदामृत को पी कर विचरे, कदम वृक्ष की छाई। हो यहाँ दे स्वर्ग की सदृश, देखे सब हर्षाई, देखे सब हर्षाई। एक ऐसा देश बसाई, जहाँ प्रेम की बहे सुरसरी, आनंद की हो घटाई। एक आनंद की हो घटाई, आनंद की हो घटाई।
We now have open floor. I know there are many people who would like to say something about Harnarine, pay tribute to him, and we are now going to invite you to speak, and because of maybe time constraint, it wouldn't be as short as the last one, but you get a minute more, a minute or two. So it will be between 3 and 4 minutes. So you're welcome to come up to the podium. Thank you.
I wish to start so that I can get the full 30 minutes, you said, Pandita? Or 40? Harnarine and I have been together for so long, from the time we were small. We started our teaching careers just a few months apart. He at Montrose, I at Diana Memorial Vedic School. Then we met at Avocat Vedic School. I think it was around 1971. Then we went to Teachers College together, 75 to 77. Then to Montrose Vedic School, where we used to travel together. And I can go on and on. We came back to Avocat together. He ended as vice principal, to me as principal. But I got his support unstintingly for the years that he served as vice principal. I cannot thank him. I did not expect that I will not get the opportunity to thank him. As I told Vimy and Risha last night when we were chatting, and they explained to me the circumstances where Vimy, within less than a minute, left him to go to the washroom, wash her hands, and come back, and he had passed away. Not less than a minute. There was no pain. And as I told them, only the very good will go so. We don't know if we will be that lucky. The last bhajan we sang there, he chose that bhajan as his school's bhajan, Eka Aisa Desh. And he ensured that it be sung every Thursday in school. There are many things I can say about Harnarine, but I will leave the rest for others to say. What a wonderful soul I was blessed to spend time with. Thank you very much.
Namaste to one and all. This was or this is a personal experience that not only myself but our family had with Sri Harnarine. One day, just before my 40th birthday, there was a message that a gentleman got sick. He was in school. The message reached the school. I'm not too sure what transpired there, whether out of his own volition or he was asked to come and see what has happened to that person who got sick. And he came, and as someone who has gotten sick and collapsed, the best option was to take them to a doctor, a medical facility. And he took the patient to the San Fernando General Hospital, but the patient didn't make it. He didn't analyze the situation as to who is going to do what, but he did what he had to do in the situation, what was the right thing to do. He made a judgment call, and he acted out of humanity, a way he always acted wherever he was. That person who got sick was my father, and he took him to the hospital. So not only myself, but all the members of my family has owed him gratitude, and we thank him very much for it. Namaste.
Namaste, Seeram, good morning. The family of the bereaved family, Vimi, Risha, Aryan, Pandita, Ragbir Singh, and I took note that he was looking at me when you said 4 minutes, so I will not cross that 4 minutes. Pandit Dhanaram, of course, Pandit Prasad, and ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, the Seeram Singh family has contributed tremendously to St. John's Trace, Fyzabad, and Trinidad and Tobago. And Harnarine, Har, as I know him, would have been an integral part of that contribution. I have very fond memories of this very house next door, not in its present form, but in a previous form, where I myself, Pandit Dhanaram, would have received an early education in Harnarine's brother, teaching me, giving me maths lessons. Harnarine and I go back a long way. In fact, 79 years, what he has achieved in the 79 years that he's been here, is to be envied. There are very few men, Mayor, who could achieve that amount in the 79 years when you read the Eulogy, Risha. And I was privileged to be part of some of those years, because when you speak about the village council, I remember the early days of the village council and his enthusiasm, and his will to build the village council, because he understood what it would have meant for the community. I also remember playing cricket with him as a younger player with Vijay. He was the opening batsman. I can't remember any scores, Pandit, but I know we did play. And of course, in his later years, giving back to the community in terms of the social groups and so on. And of course, his performance as a teacher at the renowned Avocat Vedic School under US principal would have been remarkable, both as a teacher and as a vice principal. So his contribution to the field of education was indeed something outstanding. And when he retired, he chose not to just walk away from public service, but to continue. I remember well his days on this sport TNT board of Trinidad and Tobago during the partnership government, and we would have had many conversations and so on. I being chairman of the Southwest at that time, and I remember we working together. And even when I became the new member of parliament for Fyzabad 2015, he reached out to me and offered whatever support. So I remember him as someone always willing. He was always very well organized. You know, he had an eye for detail. And I believe that is what would have taken him this far and, you know, added to his achievements. So to the family, I want to say my deepest condolences. Those are going to be very big shoes to fill, but I have no doubt, you know, that he has done what he was supposed to do during his time on this earth. And I believe that he would leave us, he's left an outstanding legacy and a great example for all of us in this community to follow. May his travels be light and may his soul rest in peace. Namaste.
Namaste, Seeram, to our three esteemed religious leaders, members of the family, friends. We've all come here to pay our respect to a true gentleman. And if I were to reflect on the life of teachers, I used to call him, when he came to the Avocat Vedic School, I was just about to exit. But then, my son, Nishad Miru, started to attend that school. And Harnarine took a personal interest in my son for the mere fact that, I don't know if most of you will know by now, he's a cultural ambassador. And the first time he entered Children of Mastana, he won a water tank for the Avocat Vedic School. And then on another occasion, he won another water tank. And then at the grand finals, he won the People's Choice. And he got $2,500 and $1,250 went to the Avocat Vedic School. And when Harnarine saw that, he took a personal interest in Nishad Miru. I recall many years ago, one of the girls used to go to school with me. When I used to take Nishad to Presentation College, he used to go to Napoli School. Yeah. And when we look back at his years of service to the Avocat Vedic School, what did he do? He assisted me in bringing up my son. Imagine spending 7 hours at that school. No parent is there. A teacher is also a parent. The contribution that Teach would have made to many of us living in this community, our children, is what is responsible for this area not being like other hotspots in this country. The discipline that was shown to those children and taught to those children is evident today in our community because of teachers like him, Pandit Dani Ram, and others. When I look at his family life, I saw a gentleman who gave all priority to his family. And in all the years I knew Teach, I never saw Teach one day by a rum shop. I never saw Teach one day sitting on the block liming with anybody. You want an advice, you come home and you meet Teach. If he meet you somewhere, he will have a conversation with you. I admire his discipline and I admire the way he treated with his family, especially he gave that priority to his 2 daughters to make sure that he educated them so that they can take care of themselves. I recall when he retired, he became actively involved in the politics. And he was part of the Fyzabad executive. He brought a lot of ideas. But you know, in politics, as Dr. Bodo would know, when you're in the middle of it, it's not every idea of yours will be taken, whether good or bad. And you must have the stamina to stand up and continue. And Teach know his ideas was good. And sometimes it may not suit the occasion. But he will stand up and he will push his ideas forward. I recall when we had walkabout and so on for election, he was most present. with Chandra Sharma. And then as years went by, he decided he wanted to move out of the politics and so on. I must also pay a little tribute to the Pramod Seeram Think Cancer group, which he himself assisted Pearl greatly in organizing and put into that organization. And that organization, through his assistance, has done tremendous work, not only in St. John's and Akbar Trace, but throughout the country. So when you look at the all-round performance of teacher Harnarine, he did everything possible that he could have done, and he made sure he did it right. He led by example. Anybody can take a page out of teacher Harnarine book. If in this country, half of the country lived a life like teacher Harnarine, today our country would have been a paradise to live in. On behalf of myself and my office, I extend my condolences to the girls, extended members of the family. It's really a sad loss to the family and to the community. Thank you very much.
Namaste. Officiating Pandit Jasrodha Akbar Singh, Pandit Surendra Daniram, and Pandit Chandra Bahadur Prasad are the Pandits. We have Dr. Lakram Bodo with us. We have the mayor with us. I see Chandresh now come in and ask for you all the time. I say you wouldn't miss this because you know you attend this kind of thing. Wedding and funeral and now my wife warned me, do come and talk, not as stupid. But as the mayor said just now, he never see Harnarine lineman on the block. But he told me to go all the way, he never go. You see, as a villager, we have to fulfill this thing now. You know, we have to fulfill this thing. Now, for the past 5 weeks, I have been coming here every night, and I must say, family is important. The way Ms. Kalauti here, Ms. Pearl and the family, they held this together and they remained for the 5 weeks. And every night we get something to eat. Now I normally cook food in the evening, so I study what I'm going to do from tomorrow now. Now next kahani again, Chandresh. Yeah. So for those of you who know me, I live just across the road here. So Harnarine came across by me and told me, say, Shon here now, boy. I'm going to spend 3 months by my daughter in America. I said, boy, that's the correct thing to do. Because if you stay home in this house, you go, just be sulking all the way. It's you alone. So the correct thing to do is to go and change of environment will be good. So he said he'll be back in 3 months. I tell him, make sure you come back in 3 months, you know, because you know I have prayers. He said, I am missing that for the world. Because every time I have prayers, Harnarine will make sure and come and help me put up the jhandis on them. Well, it is a bit of data, and it come down to Harnarine, and now somebody else will have to take it up. Stand by. So that help me put up the jhandi. Now, let me tell you, girls, one time, you see all the things, the chair and thing here? Remember, I had to use that, so don't send it back. For the prayers, don't send it back yet. Right, so Harnarine and I go down a long way. Last year when I had my prayers, I tell me to come and he called me. He said, Shon, I ain't sure if I'll come, boy. He called me back the morning of the prayers. He said, Shon, I can't come, boy. And so I'm missing the prayers. In the night, when everybody go home, 6:30, between 6:30 and 7, they will come and eat lunch. And then 6:30, 7, Harnarine and his wife will come back home by me. And he and his wife and I and my wife, we will eat food one more time. Every time that I have prayers. So these are the things I'll miss from him. He told me where to come back, but he didn't tell me, is this way you come back? Now, sometimes I want to wonder if God is on your side. Because in less than 3 months, both parties gone. As everybody would say, today is only 2 things you could talk about, whether he's a good man or he's a bad man. And we hear from everybody so far the kind of person he was. And of course, he taught many of our children and environs, or children and all around the environs, they hold high positions all over the world because of good teachers like Danny Ram and all the teachers who teach Ratan Singh. He teach me, that I could talk today. Yeah. So I was speaking to somebody in Germany. She is making waves down there. Harnarine taught her. There is somebody in England. Big office again. I think it was what the Prime Minister live? The Indian boy? No, right. Right. One in England, and Canada, and America, and by extension the Caribbean and Trinidad and Tobago. There are so many people that he taught that holds high office right now. And they are proud to say, hey, teacher Harnarine was my teacher. And I'm proud to say here today, he was my teacher. Do you want a licks he put on me, eh? And never is a play home there, he's afraid because he's sitting down in the window right and watch me. And that's why I could talk today. Now Harnarine himself, I know, I live right there. Well, which family do have anything? But if Harnarine were to say something, I never hear him crowl yet. Because you know how he seal up the house there, you can't really hear. So he seal up the house good, so if he crowl and thing, I wouldn't know. But knowing since he married, or you do children and thing too, he never crowl hard to say. Everything must be easy and tell him in a nice, peaceful way. He never crowl and thing. So he was a gentleman. And as Meru said, not only the bereaved family here lose a great man, you know, the village have lost a good man. And when we lost people like them, the village lost in a big way. I just said anybody who wanted any kind of advice, they could have come to him. You know what things I learned from him while MCing? I used to listen carefully what he's saying, and when I go to talk now, I take now a few words now. 4 minutes up. Chan, you now come. Chan, you now come. Now, I'm not supposed to talk today now. I tell I'm not talking. But if I didn't talk, he will get vexed at me. Right, you see, the good things are offend now, boy. Yeah. So right about now, I know I'm 4 minutes up, but one more time, to all the members of the bereaved family, we all are in this together. I mean, it is your father, but he and I live like family, like brother, like friends, like everything. So isn't there anything every day he'll call me? And when he call me now, he don't call me like Shonoy and Mr. Singh and Modan, you know. He says, hey, Ram, how are you going? I say, all right, Jericho. I used to call him Jericho. So, all in all, we'll miss you. He was a good man. The community will miss him. And as Chandresh want to come up here now, I'll say, once again, to the bereaved family, it happened to everybody. All of us going down the same road. So today is your share, tomorrow might be my share. And as you go down your Chando cry, come. Sitaram, and thank you.
I'm happy to be the last speaker. Thank you all very much. Of course, Teach and I shared some good times. 1991, when I became the candidate, the Seeram Singh family, under the watch of Dada, used to support another political party. You know that, Ganesh? Actively. Of course, when I became the candidate, I came here. And I teach, of course, I knew him from Vedic school. And he said, let me talk to Dada. Having spoken with Dada, the entire Seeram Singh supported me. And that continued all the years and continues with Lakra Bodo. Of course, he never looked for office. We insisted, Brother Harun Awadi and I, that he become chairman of the constituency because he was a straight shooter, simple, sincere, and honest. That was the man. Even when an offer was made for him to go to a ball, Lux, he delayed. Maybe he had regrets later on because of our current matter, but I'm sure he has committed no offense there. So at some point, Seeram Singh was a businessman too. These chairs are his. Then he started to rent stage form. But half the time when everything go, especially if we go to people like Sharma and Meru and the money come in. I should know too. But he survived all of that. But you know what I remember, children, most? And if you have passed my residence, can't see my house, you would see a yellow orchid. Your father gave me that orchid about 10 or 12 years ago. I don't know if it's still living or if it make new plant, but it's still around. And when it flowers that last long. That was the man. So I pray that the good Lord would receive him. Seeram Singh and his wife was very close, very private. And he spent his entire life being a good husband, unlike Shunoi. Dedicated husband, dedicated father and grandfather. So I'm certain that your mom waiting for him. And they're going to make a cook tonight. Namaste.
Namaste, Seeram. My name is Harnarine. I also grew up in the village, my friend. Shunoi is one to tell you. He say never talk hard. What we had a debate by Shunoi garage once, and he put me in place. He say, Shugi, hold it right there. You ever hear my name bad anyway? I say, but something in me telling me. About 10 years ago, few years. I say, teach. People telling me your name and wage you, but I can't have myself. Mr. Meru was talking, his son win in Mastana, also my son too. He win the People's Choice in Mastana. But they was friends and they went to school, my daughter and his daughter was in front. But I will tell you, Harnarine really is a special. He didn't move like Sharma, didn't pay maintenance and all these things and have all these things there. He was a person of character, my friend. We had debate, we had argument. Not like somebody is only mouth talk night. Shunoi is a living example what the eulogy was. And in the eulogy, he always tell me, he says, Prim, he never called me Shugi. What sense a man fighting wealth? When he get wealth, he lose health. When he lose health, he take his wealth and fighting for his health. I say, what teach by you is one. You going to join politics? In the Ganesh Puja, a Pandit grew up right here by the name of Bikram. He said, never, ever ask a politician for a favor. You get on YouTube. Just last week, Bobby was there, Bobby taped it. Never, ever ask a politician. And in the eulogy, she forget one thing. Harnarine used to walk sometime with Naro, always take care of his health. And he will go down the road for the doubles with Seaman. Namaste, Sita.
Namaste. This is indeed a very hard road to travel. And when we speak about education, I must speak about Harry and his wife, my sister. They made a tremendous contribution to education in Trinidad and Tobago. And as the councillor said, Mayor, I wish parents and the country could emulate the example of people like Mr. Harry. Because most of the kids spend 7 or 8 hours with them every day. We are their parents. We are their parents. Harry was indeed an excellent coach, and I must say he did very well. In fact, I don't know if Mr. Danram can remember, we lost the semi-finals, and Avocat went on to win the national finals. Under Harry, I must say that a village he has risen not as a star, but as a meteor to this community. And I hope parents and the community will emulate the example of Harnarine and his wife and his family. They have been truly exemplary to the Avocat community. He went on to become a director at sports company, and his contribution was sterling. His dress was really outstanding. He was a true professional, articulating for sports in Trinidad and Tobago, and especially the primary school. He was well respected and highly regarded by all the members of the board, and he was always congratulated by the then Minister of Sport, Mr. Arnold Roberts. Much has been said about him, and much more. My whole contribution to Harry and his family is the impact and the example that they have made in this community, and not only this community, but Trinidad and Tobago. My brother, rest in peace.
Namaste, everyone. Like Risha said, Harnarine was known by several names. At school, we had a very special name for him. Those who were close to him, like myself and a few other staff members, we referred to him as Han. I first went to Avocat around 1995, coming from St. Clements, and I was put to work alongside Han at a standard 5 level. One of the last classes I think he taught was with Vimy. I'll give you a little story. He always demanded the best from his pupils, and when he became a vice principal, he also demanded best from his teachers. So Vimy sat the SEA exam, I think, along Mr. Seeram Singh and the late Mr. Jairam Singh were in that rotation. And as usual, he demanded the best from Vimy. She was a bright little girl, and she passed from Naparima. That's where Maya used to transport, right? That was his transport along with Nisha. And I had not been there for long. And at the end of the graduation ceremony, when Vimy was leaving, I received a little package. Vimy didn't know me that well. I hadn't been there for long. I was surprised to get that. It was one of the first gifts I had gotten. I didn't taught her, I taught another class. And when I opened the gift, there was a Parker pen. Do you remember that? A Parker pen. And that was the reigning pen at that time. There's green and silver. Well, what I'm alluding to is that came from Vimy, but from Mr. Seeram Singh's generosity, from Han's generosity. And that was the kind of guy he was. If you met Han and you didn't turn out to be a better person than you were before, you missed something. He was a gracious gentleman. He was always willing. He wore many hats at our school. He was the sports master. He was in charge of cricket. He was the treasurer. He was in charge of Hawan on a Thursday. He introduced that to that bhajan that said that became our anthem, right? And he introduced that around the time when Indian Arrival Day was becoming a big thing. And we used that as our bhajan for Indian Arrival Day, and it continued. Han was a wonderful human being. He was very generous. You could just go, if you bought something for the school, if you wanted something for the school, you go to him. He always dips his hand in his pocket. I never see a man could manage money so well. He was a wonderful human being. And he left you a richer person. He left you a richer person. I will leave you with that. And on behalf of my principal, Miss Meru, and other members of the Avocat Vedic family, and my family, to the bereaved family, we want to wish you well. Rest well, my brother Han. And we hope we'll meet again sometime. We called him Brother Han as well. Brother Han, or Brother Harry. Brother Han, we called him. It was very familiar to us, and we referred to him lovingly like that. And he was always there for us. He was always, always there for us. In whatever little difficulty we had, and we were very, very close to him. We are sad to lose him, and to the members of the bereaved family, we are very sorry to have lost such a great human being, and we hope that his memories leave you with strength to carry on. Thank you.
Thank you to all the speakers. At this time, we'll have the Brahma Stotra, and it will be chanted by Pandit C.B. Prasad. And while the Brahma Stotra is being chanted, those who wish to view the body for the last time, please feel free to do so in an orderly manner. So we maybe have you all come this way and go around that way. Okay, thank you very much. After the immediate family.
Namaste Satete Jagat Karanaya Namaste Chite Sarvalokashayaya Namo Dvaitatayvaya Mukti Pradaya Namo Brahmane Vyapine Shashvataya Tvamekam Sharanyam Tvamekam Varenyam Tvamekam Jagatpalakam Swaprakasham Tvamekam Jagatkatri Prahartre Tvamekam Paramane Nirvikalpam Bhayanam Bhayam Bhishanam Bhishananam Gate Praninam Pavanam Pavananam Mahoche Padanam Niyantri Tvamekam Paresham Paramarakshanam Rakshananam Vayam Tvam Smaramo Vayam Tvam Bhajamo Vayam Tvam Jagat Sakshirupam Namama Sadekam Nidhanam Niralam Bhabisham Bhavam Bodhiputam Sharanyam Vrajama Natasya Kaschet Patirasti Loke Nacheshitanai Vachatasya Lingam Sakaranam Karanadhipadhipo Nachasya Kaschet Janita Nachadhipa तमेश्वराणां परममहेश्वरं तं देवतानां परमं हि देवतं पतिं पतीनां परमं परस्तात् Vidhamadeva Bhuvaneshyamedyam. For those of you in the congregation who would like to come and place a flower, you can do so at this time also. Tvamekam Sharanyam Tvamekam Varenyam Tvamekam Jagatpalakam Swaprakasham Tvamekam Jagatkatri Prahartri Tvamekam Paramaneshalam Bhayanam bhayam bhishanam bhishananam Gatih praninam pavanam pavananam Mahoche padanam niyantri tvamekam Paresham param rakshanam rakshananam Vayam tvam smaramo Vayam tvam bhajamo Vayam tvam jagat sakshirupam namama Sadekam nidhanam niralam bhabhisham bhavam bodhipotam sharanyam vrajamam natasya kaschet patirasti loke Nacheschitanaeva chatasya lingam Sakaranam karanadhipadhipo Nachasya kasche janitanajadhipam Tameshwaranam paramam maheshwaram Tam devatanam paramam maheshwaram Om Trayambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivaradhanam Urvarukumiva bandhana Mrityurmokshiyamamrita Om Trayambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivaradhanam Urvarukumiva bandhana Mrityurmokshiyamamrita Om Trayambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivaradhanam Urvarukumiva bandhana Mrityurmokshiyamamrita Tvameva mata cha pita Tvameva bandhuscha sakha Tvameva
Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva.
May there be peace in the heavenly regions. May there be peace in the atmosphere. May peace reign on earth. May the waters be soothing, and may the medicinal herbs be healing. May the plants be the source of peace to all. May all enlightened persons bring peace to us. May the Vedas spread peace throughout. May all other objects give us peace. And may peace even bring peace. And may that peace come to us forever. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Tvameva Maja, Chapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhus, Chasakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya, Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam, Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarvam, Mama Deva Deva, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Please remain standing as the pallbearers gather to take the body home. This way, right?
Our thanks again.